Thank you, folks. Thank you for coming. Bless you. And hello, John.
Hello, David. Now, we're going to start at the start, David. You're 79 years of age, so we're going back a way. But I want to talk to you, first of all, about your early days as a young man in the Rathmines and Rathgar Musical Society and the people that inspired you as a young man to think about a career as an actor.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, like most kids of that period, and indeed all periods, I loved going to the pictures. I mean, the first joy in life. We hadn't discovered all the pleasures of the East, but going to the pictures was like the greatest thing that could possibly happen. And I wanted to be Randolph Scott. I finished up as Walter Brennan. But, you ever stung by a dead bee? But I was in school in Sing Street, which we won't talk about too much. Painful memories. But I had in Sing Street a teacher who was a member of the Rathmines and Rathgar Musical Society. And I had a good little singing voice as a kid. So at 12 years of age, he had me in a season in the Gaiety Theatre of Gilbert and Sullivan. We did 2, Utopia Limited and The Sorcerer.
Never heard of it.
They were never heard of again. It wasn't my fault. I mean, I did my bit. But that, I suppose, started the bug.
Yeah, the bug.
You know,
is a good way of putting it. And you went from there, you finished school, and you went to the Gate. Was it the Gate?
No, I went from there to the College of Art, which led to years of wasted time trying to be an artist. I went to the Gate School of Acting in 1951, and that led to bits and pieces. The Gaiety School of Acting really was a recruiting ground for, cheap labour for the pantomime in Irish. But it led to other small parts, and we kind of never looked back. I did a nice theatre work with Barry Casson and Nora Lever in the 37 Club, and indeed worked in the Pike Theatre in 1954 in plays by Ionesco and all kinds of highfalutin stuff. Not many laughs, but, good training. And we did comedy there. That's where the comedy thing started. I did a review with Laurie Morton, my present wife, who is with us, and that's where we met. Only because I was replacing Donald Donnelly. I always say to her that she should be married to Donald Donnelly. I was his replacement. But that didn't work. And Milo O'Shea and Maureen Toll, and the review ran for 6 months. And we brought it to Belfast, and we brought it to Cambridge, and we brought it to London. And that was the comedy thing, which was a huge help in the end. And there we are. I can't think of a thing to say now.
Well, when was the first time you were called up for a TV show then, or a film? When was the first time you were cast?
The first film was in the mid-50s. And it was one line in A Terrible Beauty.
A Terrible Beauty, yeah.
With Robert Mitchum and Dickie Harris.
Okay.
And I had one line, and it was directed by an old Hollywood director called Tay Garnett. The first time I heard the expression, I didn't think it was used in real life, but an actor, famous actor, should be nameless, who was a bit twee, marched onto the set, and I had Tay Garnett say, "Who's this creep?" And somebody said, "That's whoever," and he said, "Lose them." And he got back in the car and he went home. But I didn't think people in real life actually said lose them.
Like that,
but Tay Garnett did.
So you were in at the deep end?
So,
right from the start.
Right from the start.
But
yes.
I suppose from a television point of view, people will remember you from a show that's still repeated in the outer reaches of the satellite now, called Robin's Nest.
Oh, well, Robin's Nest was heaven.
Yeah.
Absolute heaven.
You can still see it today, the character.
Oh, it's still going. I'm very big in Zimbabwe places. And That still keeps going on.
They still repeat it, yeah. It's classic British sitcom.
We had great fun with Richard O'Sullivan and Tony Britton, good old Tone, and we just had a great time doing that at Thames.
Yeah. It ran for a couple of seasons, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. We did 28. So
28 episodes.
You do 6 and then you do 7. And so however long that took.
He's a great character, though, out with the one-armed dishwasher.
Oh, it was a great idea, yeah. People, you know, I used to get letters. And Thames got letters congratulating them on employing disabled actors. And, you know, the one now, it's bloody uncomfortable, actually, because it's strapped down the back. You'd normally strap the arm there, but it made me look pregnant. I'm so skinny. So they had to go right down the back, and it was bloody uncomfortable. But as I say, great fun. And
then an indelible part in Fawlty Towers as Mr. O'Reilly.
Yes, indeed. 54 years in the theatre, but Fawlty Towers will be on my gravestone.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
And I was 8 minutes in Fawlty Towers, yes.
But for everybody, it's funny like that, isn't it?
I signed autographs for Fawlty Towers in Australia and all over America and all over Britain, of course, and the repeat fees keep coming. But you get sixpence from Finland, but the residuals are great.
Yeah,
and it was wonderful work.
But there's also the thing, David, where you ask, and it would be true of any film or any television or any theatre that you've done, is do you know when you read the script that the thing is going to be great?
Oh, instantly. Although we started, the one we did, which is John's favourite episode, The Builders. The BBC are brilliant people and they do wonderful work, as we know. But they're not terribly good at getting you the right audience. You would have we always did it in front of an audience, you see. John didn't want to, but the BBC insisted. And you would get 3 coach loads to sit out front, yeah. And you would get them we had one lot from the young conservative farmers from Wiltshire. They are a barrel of laughs. They never managed to get a cross-section of people. Or you'd have 3 coach loads of people from the old folks' home.
Yeah, we've done.
And that's hard work too. But we never got Chinese waiters. That would have been something. But we did get, for our one, they went down to Thomas Cook and they got 3 coach loads of tourists from Iceland. I'm not kidding you.
To sit in the audience.
They were sitting out front, as John said, smelling of fish and thawing out. And he said to me, "We're dead. We are dead." But in fact, he warmed them up and it worked out very well. And,
it is odd, though, that from all the work that you've done, and we're going to try to get through as much of it as we can, is that those 8 minutes, like you say, are the things that people perhaps will remember you best from.
Absolutely.
It's so long ago. I mean,
it is so long ago.
Again, it's that television is far more permanent than the transients in the theatre.
That is it, because, you know,
most people see films once or twice, perhaps.
That's right, but the performance on stage has gone into the ether.
Yeah, television is there forever.
That's right, yeah.